I haven't touched a paintbrush in 6 months, which is actually kind of funny because I've been wanting to. This week is going to be different. I'm actually going to paint. I have to plan my week, so let's do that first. Since I was a kid, and I'm talking elementary school, I carried around an agenda to plan my assignments and which day to do them, and I've carried that habit into adulthood, which I'm very grateful for. When it comes to projects, I get kind of overwhelmed, so dividing everything into bigger chunks helps me visualize what I have to do. Also, I want to say I'm happy I had this revelation on a Sunday, which means I can plan my week on a Monday. And I love doing that because Mondays are like the beginning of the week. They're refreshing. I would consider Monday a success. Tuesday felt like the start of a creative marathon, and I am not being dramatic when I say this, okay? I haven't done this in 6 months, and even though I did do it pretty often beforehand, because it's been so long and I've had so many different decisions or experiences, it feels like I'm going into this blind, like I haven't done this yet. I already had the canvas prepped and ready, and the sketch was on the canvas. I had an idea for the color scheme that I wanted to do, but it's been so long since then, and I have different ideas. Making a color study was what I wanted to do today. I pulled out an old sketchbook, which felt very nice to do, and I began to draw boxes onto paper to start the color study. My initial goal was to do 4 little thumbnails, just to begin getting a feel for what I wanted again. I had 2 color schemes in mind already. My original idea was to do something like green and blue, which you will see later on. I had another idea which felt closer to my personality, which is like pastel and pretty and romantic, so I was going to decide which one I wanted to do. I did the previous color studies in marker and I felt like that was too like heavy or something. So I redrew them and then I used tape because when I lift the tape up, it will look neat. But looking back, it was way too strong, and when I lifted the tape off the paper, it like ripped. I primed my original canvas with pink. I just like to do that, so I did the same thing with the color studies and I waited for it to dry. I wanted her clothing to be pink and the background to have like purple tones, like cool toned purples and blues. There wouldn't be much green in this, but that's what the other color study is for. This is actually my original color scheme. It was going to be something brainy, such as blue and green and teal, something that matched the ocean because my vision is a siren. That's what I'm going to be painting, which is why she has on gold and pearls and rubies. I eventually decided to do the one that was closer to my personality because it felt more familiar. I was ready to mix color after I finalized the color scheme that I wanted to do. I pulled out all of my paint supplies. There was actually a period where I had to look for some of them, which is kind of like not embarrassing, but it's just kind of funny. I don't know. I like to use palette paper because my old palette like broke. It was glass and I'm a bit clumsy, so that was not a great combination. Something I want to tackle or learn in this painting is mixing skin tones efficiently. I want them to be more dynamic and have more contrast, so I'm going to try to paint using a different technique. Finally, time to paint! I was so excited when it was time. I like to take a black, very sharp colored pencil and draw where the sketch needs a little work. I pay a lot of attention to the way I paint eyes, and I do them at the same time because that's like the first thing people see, so I want that to be special. There is this quote by Tennyson that says, "How dull it is to pause, to make an end, to rest unburnished, to not shine in use." I want to do something with the things that I like to do. It sounds kind of cliche, but I think I get a lot of fulfillment from doing that. The eyes are lopsided. So what I want to do is first of all decide, do I want this eye to match this one or do I want this one to match this one? I think I want this eye to be what this one looks like. And this is how I ended my night, by critiquing myself gently and fixing what I didn't like. It was pretty easy. I feel like I've learned a couple of things from painting this way, and I wanted to say thank you for spending time with me today. Take care of yourself.